Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my knitting channel. I hope you're doing good, and I thought, because toddler F is in daycare today and I have my day off today, I would talk about all the things I knitted in 2022. So here we go. This video is going to be a very long one, a very shady one, obviously, like everything knitting related. So grab yourself something to drink. I have my coffee with me. I don't drink coffee warm anymore, I just drink it cold. No question about it. It's a mom thing or parent thing. Yeah, so my first finished object I finished actually on my birthday in 2022. It is the, I will enter a picture here, the Ankers blouse by Petiteknit. I knitted it in Sandra Garn Double in the black colorway, and it was my first garment, and I was not good in increasing, and it ended up very gapey and I didn't like the look. And so the look of my finished garment, I like the look of the finished garment Petiteknit herself knitted. So I decided to frock it because I was sure I would never wear it really out and about. So I frocked it, and I'm planning to re-knit it again in the summer in the same colorway. It's a beautiful look, it's a beautiful pattern, it's very simple, but in a classic way. I actually re-knitted it in winter for my mom as a Christmas present, but my mother is more petite in her frame, and so it was quicker to knit a smaller size than a bigger size, obviously. So I don't have it with me, but the next pattern I made was also a Petiteknit pattern, and I saw on her Instagram this beautiful pictures of her children, oh, I think it's one of her daughters, wearing the festival sweater, and hers is in this beautiful almond shade and with orange and blue borders. So I went to my local yarn shop, I went for different colors, and I knitted it for my toddler. Here it is, in a size 1 to 2 years. So because I knitted it in March, I knew I wanted it to fit my toddler in winter time. So here we would go. I knitted it in this beautiful, I think it's Lana grossa kubo, in a white and a red and a baby blue, baby boy blue, or baby girl blue colorway. And I was very new. It was my first time doing short rows, and you can see that over there I started to purl in the background, or to knit in the background, not to purl. And I did not do a good job with my folded color, but it's okay. I like it. And yeah, maybe I'm going to knit it again for myself. I'm sorry, it's my beautiful, we're living in a very old flat, and I love this back door frame. So I decided to film in front of it because it's not much stuff going on around, so yeah, I can show it better. So I'm planning to re-knit it, probably for my toddler, maybe for myself. Like I said, Lana has plans to knit herself a festival sweater, and I was like, yeah, maybe I like the look of it. It's a circular yoke. I liked it. It's very, very straightforward, beautiful pattern. So yeah, I knitted this. So then I ordered quite a bit yarn. So in the beginning I'm a little bit wonky about what I knit when, because I didn't take any notes. So just a second, I need to grab something. I like to order myself some stuff from Wolle Berlin. It's one of my favorite online shops to get wool, and I like a good mini-me look. So, long story short, I knitted some Hipster again by Petiteknit. Mine is in Sandra Garn Double Sunday, in the beautiful, beautiful, that orange feeling way. And for the toddler I knitted it in the cardamom colorway. And yeah, I will enter a picture here of both of us wearing it. I liked it. Pattern, not much to say, don't remember much of it actually, I have to say, but I would reknit it again, I said back then. And then I plan to knit one for my husband. He already has a hat and he likes to wear it, which is a good thing. And he says no, he doesn't need a second one because he already has one. And when I knit so much things, he has no place to store them. So yeah, I actually thinking about reknitting this, so frocking it and reknitting it, because I like my hats to go above my ears and here my earlobes are out. So I'm thinking I might frock it, reknit it and knit it a little bit longer. Yeah, do your swatches, guys, do your swatches. I'm very lazy when it gets to swatching. And the thing is, I'm too lazy, but then I bother with it in the end. So learn from me, do your swatches. So 2 times I knitted this. So yeah, back in April I was still in maternity leave. To say I had quite some time, and the time got more because in April all 3 of us got COVID. So I'd like to present to you my COVID knit. I put it on. So this beauty, it's a classic. It's Petiteknit's no frills sweater. I knitted mine up in Filcolana Alva and in Filcolana Tilia, both in navy blue. It's beautiful. It has a circular cast on. It has some shaping in the back. Very classic raglan style, increases. Yeah, not much more to say about the construction. I saw it on someone on Instagram called Periody, and she does beautiful knitting. She is not much into the mohair, which I find very inspiring. So I saw it on hers and I knew I wanted one for myself because it's a very classic, easy piece. Here are the things which are my mistakes I would do again or differently. I'm going to do different. So I did, because I didn't know how to do a tubular kind bind off back then, or I'm not doing tubular bind off or Italian bind off much these days because I like the look, but having this tapestry needle and going all the way and having this long tail, not my favorite thing to do. And usually my Italian binders are so tight, they are not very elastic for me. But I saw it on, I'll link her right here. I'm going to butcher her name otherwise. So Kika introduced me to, or her videos introduced me to Icelandic bind off. So this is what I'm doing now, because I don't need any tapestry needles with that, but I'm achieving an elastic bind off. It's not this beautiful look, but it's okay. So I did a regular bind off with this one. and it's not very stretchy. So I'm going to go back. So I think length is very, very good. Tells me on a good point, but I'm going to go back and pick up some stitches and redo the hem. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I wear it quite a lot. I also did some elastic around my neckline because otherwise it would get so wide. The thing is, I would not reknit it again because I like the look of the Monday sweater by Petiteknit more, because it has a crew neck, also has a crew neck, but a double folded neck, and I like the look of a double folded neck. For me, it's very classic, very, yeah, it's much more in my styling idea, and I like it. So that's all about this. In the beginning, the tilia was shedding like hell, but nowadays it's, so I washed it twice, I think. I have to wash it again soon, because I'm not a very neat eater, I have to say. So I put some tomato sauce on myself. Yeah, not a good look. So not much more to say about this net. So, and then I browsed on Instagram again, like you do, and I found this amazing Norwegian knitwear designer, and she's called Witre Design, and she had this COLLETT tee, and I thought, oh, it looks so pretty, and I like the way she looked in it, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to knit myself one. So I did. Later I went back again and added some length, and I don't think length is enough for my liking right now. I would still prefer it to be longer, but it's knitted in Sandra Garn Double, I think in a size large or extra large. So to be clear, the Ankers tee I knitted in a size extra large. The no frills sweater I knitted in a size large. Yeah, and this. So I knitted it in duo, and for the summers in Germany it is too warm. I just can't wear it. It would be a spring top. Yeah, but it's not my preferred next to skin feel. I love the color, the colorway. I think is very flattering on my skin tone and my coloring. Yeah, but I would reknit it. I would revisit this pattern, but not in this wool. I would prefer to make it in a less cotton or linen, so it would be really practical for summer. So yeah, for summers are here about 3 or 4 months. I would have more fun with having a cotton or linen top, more practical. But this pattern, I liked it. It was very straightforward, not much more to say about it. I love the detail on the shoulder. So it's a raglan decrease, but I loved this shoulder detail, so that was what really got me into it, and I like the neckline. Yeah. So we entered summer back then. Oh no, I know what I did then. So I knitted some. I just have one. Thought I'd grab the other one too, but I just have one here. So yeah, I knitted. So what I wanted to show you was my penny gloves. I knitted penny gloves for myself because why not? They are practical. If you're pushing a stroller all the time, they are very practical. You want to have your hands out because sometimes you need to grab things and you don't want to put off your entire glove. Sometimes you want to have your fingers out. And I'm running very warm. I'm a very warm person. Pregnancy has not changed it a bit. It even got worse. So yeah, having all my fingers up is okay, but not my preferred thing. So I knitted this. I would re-knit it, this pattern. I would use another yarn. I used, like the pattern recommended, Filcolana Alva. A beautiful yarn, but the peeling is very insane and intense. Not insane, it's intense. It's a lot of peeling. Yeah. But it does the job. It's good. And when I ordered the yarn for this, I also saw Lydia and Lydia Rababa on Instagram doing the weekend slipover. I will add a picture of me wearing it here. I don't have it anymore because, you guessed it, I frocked it. So I did. When I joined in the round, I joined wrong in the round, so I knitted everything, or I purled everything, and back then it didn't purl correctly. I did twisted purling. It didn't look good. It was first too short, then I lengthened it. It still didn't fit me. I don't like how my boobs are showing, or how it sits around my boobs area. So I frocked it. It's a beautiful pattern, and I have to say I'm not that much into big needle projects anymore. Okay, they knit up fast. You are very, very satisfied, very, very quick. So that's nice, but I don't like the look. I think with smaller needle projects, I prefer the without with that. So then, back then, my brother he and his girlfriend back then, they announced that they would get married in December. It was like, yeah, so this would be a good excuse to knit up the winter clutch by Petiteknit. So I knitted myself the winter clutch. I also knitted it for my now sister-in-law as her wedding, as a bride bag. Yeah, I knitted mine in BC yarn and I was a newbie to hanks, and I didn't knew that you have to how to work with them. So I knitted up. So I ended up with a lot of knots, and it was quite a labor of love, and it's not a good job. I didn't do an amazing job with folding. I did my own lining and I love this lining. I would reuse it. Yeah, I thinking about throwing it back out again and reknitted it. And the version for my sister-in-law, I think, is much more neater and beautiful to look at. So yeah, beautiful pattern, would highly recommend it. If you are a bride or going to a wedding as an occasion wear piece, it's amazing. And I have something else I knitted for this occasion later. So, because I knitted a lot of Petiteknit back then, I decided it's summer, I want to knit something by someone else. So what are you going to do in the summer? You are going to do a winter knit. And I did it. I did the Clara cardigan by Paula Strickt, who is a German knitwear designer. It had this beautiful, is it half fisherman? It's half brioche. Knitting, it has, I made this beautiful double folded brim. I made an Italian binder, and here's what I didn't do. I didn't gauge swatched, and it grew, and it's totally oversized. I wear it at home a lot because it keeps me very warm. I was sweating so much this summer knitting this up. So our apartment is on the third floor and we are in Germany, so we don't have any air conditioning. And we ended up super warm. Yeah, it's way too long on the arms. I folded it twice to make it fit, and I knitted it in We Are Knitters wool in the taupe colorway. I like the colorway, it's beautiful, but I would not knit it again in this wool because it's so peely and I don't want to wear it out because I don't like the look of it. I wear it a lot at home, which is totally fine. It gets its wear, it's a well-used piece, but yeah, so that's the thing. What more about to say about this piece? It's a beautiful pattern. I really liked how she explained how much stitches you have to pick up where and which area up to which point. So it doesn't say pick up 100 stitches around. So it tells you in this area up to that point you have to pick up 5. In this area you have to pick up. So it's very straightforward. That's something I really enjoyed about this pattern. Yeah. Paula strickt. Big thumbs up. I know her things are not that size inclusive, which is a really big bummer. I know that she said it's not that size inclusive because she has not the testers for them. And I get it because she is a small designer. She's I think a one-woman show. So I can't blame it on her. I think you can blame who is it? My favorite thing's knitwear. She is a very big designer. She has quite some tester. And she's getting size inclusive, which is a great thing because I think if you want to knit yourself something, it should include all sizes. So, yeah. I underestimated how much brioche or half brioche would grow, so don't do my mistakes. Do a wet gauge, do your swatch, do your gauge swatch, and do it wash and block. Charlotte, if you're watching this back, do this. I'm watching you. I'm holding you accountable. So then, I don't know which one I needed up next. I found Alexandra from Sandra Garn on YouTube here, and I loved her, and she had a version of the Terrazzo sweater. And long story short, I knitted myself a Terrazzo in the classic Petiteknit colorway in the Noro xoxo Gardener colorway, in which everyone has knitted it back to that point. So here is a thing I love about knitting. This is probably one of my most worn jumpers. I like the colorway. I think it's so settled and yet fun. It's amazing. I knitted it, like I said, with the Noro yarn, and I saw at her video of Alexandra that she had quite some problems figuring out which mohair to pair with it. I paired it with Drops Kid Silk in light beige, and I like the way it looks. Yeah, I love the pattern. I knitted it, I think, in September. Yeah, there was a work shift I had to do on a Sunday, and it was 12 hours, and I No, I had for the public tramway, I had this ribbon, and I knitted on it on the public transport to work. So back then I didn't. Also she had a big influence on this one. She also knitted a crew neck on hers, and I was like, yeah, also doing a crew neck, preferred to roll neck, turtleneck. One. So I knitted a crew neck. Back then I misread the pattern and I did a regular what's the name? I did a not bind off, ribbing. I did a regular ribbing, but last month in between I went back in, ripped it all out and added a twisted rib, like the pattern recommended, and it gives it so much. This twisted rib is just on point. I also it was a little bit short in the beginning, so I added some length and it was no problem. I liked the look. I again knitted a size large. What more to say about this piece? It's a beautiful thing to have in your wardrobe. It's probably one of my most worn things I have in my wardrobe. It's not much on my Instagram feed. So on my Instagram, I'm Charlotte Tottenitz. Feel free to follow, like you probably already do. So yeah, not much more to say about this. So I saw, up to the next piece, I saw Petiteknit publishing the Ingrid sweater, and it was a 5-star rating thing, and I liked the look, and I was like, yeah, I need a challenge. You need to challenge yourself to get better. And first I thought, okay, I'm doing this for toddler F again. So I did a mini version of the Ingrid sweater, and also, oh yeah, I know where I got my inspiration from. Bethany of Well Loved Knits knitted it for her back then baby in her belly, in this stormy blue colorway, the Ingrid sweater, and I was like, yeah, I think my toddler needs one too. So totally, she gets all my credit for it. I picked up this blue colorway by Sandra Garn. This is knitted in double Sunday. I did a gauge swatch for this. I did a gauge swatch for my version because, spoiler, I knitted one for myself too. I made gauge at 4mm needles. It knitted up beautiful, so I knew what to do. I got myself some Filcolana Peruvian Highland wool and some long yarn mohair. Don't know what's the name of the mohair. And I knitted myself the Ingrid sweater, my size. So yeah, here it is. It's really oversized. The arms are way too long. And like I think most people, I have my problems with the arms, with the decreasing on the arms. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Also, you have to keep in mind I'm not very sensitive to itchiness. I again did folded color. If I would do it again, I would knit this longer. I'm not doing it. I'm too lazy to do it. I have watched it twice. It peels quite a bit, which is a usual thing for wool. I like the way it looks. It's a little bit, you can't see the whole length. It's too long, I think. It needs to be shorter. I would like to reknit it again. Maybe in a more peanutty kind of colorway. But I like the general look, I like the idea. I gauge swatched for this and still it is way too long. Yeah, I don't know. I gauge swatched and I washed it and I blocked it. So I did everything I could, but yeah. But I like it. It gets a lot of wear. I put in, I went back again with my hooking needle and put in one strand of my Filcolana wool to make the arms have a little bit more, to have them a little bit tighter. Yeah, I wear it a lot. I like it. What more to say about it? I will put a picture of me and my toddler wearing it, our mini-me look, up here, because I liked it so much. Oh, it's probably up here. Everything is up here. We will see, we will see. Yeah, so the Ingrid sweater, like the pattern, she went huge on short row shaping, so it's a drop shoulder design. So you have your short rows in the back, you have short rows on the arms. I like this cross detailing, so yeah. This is also the reason why I would not knit the Moe sweater in a light version, because I have this texturized sweater in a light version. I don't need to right now. Yeah. So, love the pattern. It was very straightforward. So back then I discovered Cardigan from Castle Handmaids. And I explored Johanna von Knotenkopf and especially Cardigan. Sorry for butchering your name. She knitted for her husband the Halibut sweater. And I've never done color work before, but I decided I needed one in my life, and yeah, after this patterns, which was so I like to put myself on a challenge when I knit things up. So I knitted myself the Halibut sweater. I knitted a size 2 or 3, I think, and I did a crew neck again. Mine is knitted in drops Karisma, and yeah, it was my first color work, so you can see around here that the tension here was too tight. I got better when it grew, but yeah, I like it. I wear it. I did a little bit shorter sleeves. I like this look. It's, in my opinion, it's very feminine. I did the custom for the mock neck and then folded it, and yeah, so I achieved the crew neck. That's what I did there. I did put on a little bit of length because otherwise it would be too short for my liking. Yeah, I knitted it in green and white. I really like the Halibuts. They are so beautiful. So I saw that Johanna finished hers, so that's amazing. Hers is in blue and white, and yeah, the color inspiration is mainly based on the look of Carson's husband sweater. Yeah, not much more to say about that. So, oh, in between I knitted the first version of the sweater for my husband, for the zipper sweater man for my husband, which I don't have unfortunately anymore because I sold it, like I said. So after I finished that, I knew my brother got married in November. If I want to have a cardigan for this wedding, I would need to knit it up now, and I did. So I will put a picture here. I wore this for here. Don't know where. So my brother got married in November in the north of Germany. He lives in Hamburg, and I knew it would be cold, and the color theme was blue, and so navy blue and a Bordeaux red, and like you saw, I knitted the winter clutch in a nice Bordeaux shade. But I saw this blue on blue look, and I really loved it. So I got myself some Drops Kid Silk mohair and Drops Air in this blue colorway, and I knitted my favorite things knitwear cardigan number 7. The numbers are quite a thing. I always mix them up. It's just who I am, and I think many people are this. So I like the pattern. Again, like I said, the size inclusivity. I knitted a size extra large in this, and I think there's one more size. Yeah, not that great, but okay, I knitted it. It's a beautiful sweater. It's a raglan design. It's knitted on 7mm needles. So I know back then I said, oh, I don't like this big needle project, but this one turned out really, really beautiful. I would re-knit it 100% again in other colors. So I added this seashell pearly buttons. I got them in my local yarn store. Added them, put them on, no big deal. Yeah. I am still knitting, so here's the thing, I have quite a mom brain because I don't get that much sleep in the days. And I picked up one button less than I needed, so I might, but I have the hole for it here. So I might go, I have already bought the button now, but I'm too lazy to edit it. And I think it looks fine. Maybe one day I'm less lazy and I will put in this again, but sewing is, like I said in my first video, not my strong side. The itchiness of this is okay. I think the itchiness goes away when you wash it multiple times. First of all, in the end, I did an Italian bind off on this, and I did it too tight. It was not elastic at all. So it wouldn't fit my hips, which was a weird look because I wanted it to close up. So later I went back in again and did some Icelandic bind off. On my hands there is a nice Italian bind off, and yeah, I like the blue. So then, so I found back then, oh, I think it was in between these knits, I knitted myself some Sophie scarves. This one is, I think, in the Baby Soft, Lana Grossa Baby Soft in the green colorway. I knitted a large version of this. Yeah, I think it's a large version. And I also knitted one in Lana Grossa Ecopuna, this cream colorway, also in the large version. And because I had quite some Sandra Garn Double Sunday left over from in that orange feeling from my Hipster hoop, I knitted myself the smaller version, and yeah, I like the look. It's so cute. By the way, my Sophie shawl was not at work, so I really lost it, which really sucks. So maybe today or tomorrow I'm going to buy this yarn again and reknit it again. Nothing I planned, but yeah. So it was in the beginning of November. I started my Jenny pullover. Like I said in my first video, it's knitted in drops, Lima in black. Still loving it, still wearing it, still thinking about reknitting it, but not with drop steamer. Yeah, not much more to say from when I last saw you. It has come to it. Go for it, do it. It's a beautiful pattern. My mother-in-law is a very, very advanced knitter. She knows how to knit. She really is fine on with her knitting. And when she first saw it, she was like, yeah, I thought it was store-bought. And I was like, no, I knitted it. I did it myself. It's not store-bought. So, and this is not always something I want to achieve with my hand knitted items, because I knitted it from my hands. It's handmade. It don't have to have the look of a store-bought sweater, but yeah, sometimes it's nice to use something like that. So then there was also, like I said, in between the second Anker tee from my mother and the zipper sweater man for my husband. And yeah, then you finished up with my last finished object, which is my cumulus blouse. Oh, I really like it. So here's the look. Here is what I said here's what I mean when I said it's not that oversized. It has still some drape and some fabric, but it's tight around my boobs, but they are quite big. Let's be honest. Yeah, I like the length of the arms. Like I said, with my Halibut sweater, I think it's quite flattering to have these parts of my arms exposed, and because I'm a very warm running person, yeah, it's not that much of a deal. So here we are at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, it's a lot of petit knit, but that's who I am, what I like to knit. Deal with it. Yeah, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I hope you're all healthy. So, my toddler already had 1 week of daycare last week, and he's still healthy. Let's see how long this time we can go without getting sick again. We will see. Maybe just some days left, maybe this whole week. You never know. That's the fun thing with toddlers in daycare. You never know when they are getting sick again. So, I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Stay healthy, stay kind. I wish you all a pleasant day. Bye bye.